What's good, everybody? Chris here again. Chris Goes Outdoors. We're back in New Hampshire today, and we're doing a bit of a kind of weird overnight. So we're in like the Cannon Mountain Kinsman area, and we started near the Basin Scenic area. So I'm walking right now on the Pemi Trail that follows along a bike path on the other side of the river here. And we'll follow this for about 2 miles. Head toward the area of Lafayette Campground. That's where we're heading right now. Go up the Lonesome Lake Trail, kind of walk around Lonesome Lake by my lonesome, and head up to Kinsman Ridge, down to the Kinsman Pond Shelter, I think it is, or Kinsman Shelter, and then we'll be back out the next morning on the other side. That is the tentative plan, and we'll see how it goes and what the trail's got for us. Proceeding our way along the Pemi Trail, the Pemi Trail becomes Lafayette Campground, and we're crossing through right now. We'll hit the Lonesome Lake Trail momentarily and start heading up there, get some elevation going. Heading up the Lonesome Lake Trail, and some decent elevation on the way up until we actually hit the lake. And the plan is to go around the entire lake. I've only seen the portion where the Appalachian Trail connects, and it's beautiful. It's right by the Lonesome Lake hut there, but the plan is to go around the entire lake today, so keep on keeping on. Hopefully we'll get a view from behind. That's Mount Lincoln and Lafayette, but they are in the fog, so we'll see what happens. So as we sit here, snacking on some pocket turkey bacon. Yes, I brought turkey bacon in my pocket. I've noticed today that on my hike, and last week also, that I have felt significantly better as far as like muscles and cardio go, as far as doing these trails compared to last year. I don't know if it comes through in the videos, but I'm about 15 pounds lighter at the start of this season than I was at the end of last season. My weight went kind of through the roof last year, and well, it was before last year. It was pretty much during COVID when we were all kind of just sitting inside, and being the glutton that I was, I just kind of was destroying food, and I'm pretty good at destroying food. So I just I was the heaviest I think I had ever been. I think I was almost 260 pounds exactly, which like blew my mind. So the last like 5 or 6 months, I've really been trying to eat significantly better, cooking my own stuff, which is a huge thing. And the last 2 to 2.5, maybe 3 months, I've been really like back in the gym, like doing like cardio, like on the stairs, incline treadmill, and I have a whole weightlifting setup at home now. And I do that. I do like an upper lower split 4 times a week, and I notice it. Like I feel so much better out here right now, and yeah, it's been good. So I'm just trying to continue eating healthy. That's the turkey bacon, and not everything. You know, I got some other snacks and stuff. Fuel me on the way up the mountains, but man, it makes a huge difference. A lot of you probably don't know, back in like 2014, 2015, I had gotten into fitness like pretty big, as far as like cooking for myself. I was in the gym like 5 or 6 days a week, and I was in probably like the best shape, arguably, of my life, besides maybe the Appalachian Trail. And that's kind of what got me into hiking. Like I never would have like tried stuff like this if I hadn't gone through that. And the hikes that I recorded then, like I was doing like, you know, all the northern presidentials, like big mountains and stuff, and I feel like I just flew up those things. And yeah, 2017 came along, Appalachian Trail, and I purposefully was regaining a lot of weight because I knew that on the Appalachian Trail I was going to lose it all. And then after the Appalachian Trail, like my weight was like up and down. Your metabolism gets destroyed on a through hike, like absolutely destroyed. I would have had to have like starved myself and like slowly tried to build my metabolism back up after the trail if I didn't want to like regain weight. But I didn't do that. And then 2020 came along, and I was looking forward to the PCT, and COVID happened, and we weren't like doing anything. And the glutton I am, just mashing food into my face from like any restaurant that was open, just helping the businesses out, you know. And yeah, last year I got COVID on the first hike that I went back out last year. I had COVID during that hike. I didn't even know. And after that, I did a couple more hikes, and at first I thought it might have been COVID. Like I was having trouble like getting uphill like terribly. And no, I don't think it was COVID at all. I think it was just the level of fitness I was at, which was almost non-existent. Like I'm pretty good at pushing myself physically, especially on the trails. Like I know when I need to push and when I'm just like dying. And man, there were some trails last year where I was just like, what am I doing out here? Like, but I wanted to avoid that this year. So yeah, I've just been back in the gym, back in my weightlifting, and eating right, and it feels great. Like I'm very happy right now that the elevation is not killing me. So yeah, that's all I got. So cheers, turkey bacon. I was just about to start recording a video saying we're almost at the end of the Lonesome Lake Trail, and we actually hit the intersection. So we are right now at the intersection of the Lonesome Lake Trail and the Kinsman Ridge Trail. So that direction and that big hill back there is actually Cannon Mountain. So we could go up there. It'd be about, I think 700 feet from where we are in elevation, maybe a mile or so, but not in the cars today. It is not what I'm here for. I will go up that trail eventually, but that gigantic hill behind us is actually where we're heading, and it looks real steep. So we gotta get going. So we'll head up over the Cannonballs, and we'll get to the Kinsman Pond Shelter soon-ish, I hope. We made it now to the top of essentially Cannonball something. It's the one closest to Cannon. I think it's the biggest of them, tallest of them. And just a beautiful view. I'm standing on top of a rock on here to get this view, but Cannon Mountain is directly over there behind me. You can see Mount Lafayette and Lincoln over there. You can see what I believe over there is Mount Flume and Mount Liberty. Man, this is a beautiful little view. Unexpected. I expected to see some, like a little bit out of the trees and stuff here, but this is a cool little view. But gonna keep on pushing on, get ourselves over the rest of the trail. As you can probably hear, it is quite windy up here still, so moving along. We're about to start ascending the next Cannonball, and just decided to sit down for a minute, have a little snack next to a little stream here. And there's been some snow and ice on the trail, but luckily so far it's been okay. There's some sections, especially coming downhill, where I had to just kind of take my time just to not slip and fall off the side of the trail. And it looks like there's a good amount of snow and ice going up this way too. But I have my micro spikes. I even brought my snowshoes. I assumed that there was going to be far more snow than there is. So we're well prepared. We'll be well fed soon, and we'll start our way up the next of the. I think there's 3 more Cannonballs, or 3 total Cannonballs that we go over. I think there's 4 technically, but we just kind of pass around the last one, and we don't really go up it. So. Head up there soon. We're almost to the top now of the last Cannonball, and this little like ridge section has been super cool. I don't know if you can really tell in the back, but we've been just kind of staring over toward Franconia Ridge like the entire time. Good view of it through the trees, so it's been just nice going. It's been a very enjoyable hike so far, and yeah, the wind is keeping me cool. I don't feel like I'm sweating and gross, which is nice. And soon we'll be at the shelter. So I'm not really sure how I missed it, but we walked over the last Cannonball, and we begun our descent down said Cannonball. And I don't know how I missed it. I think I just kind of zoned out, but we are working our way downhill, and we'll be at the shelter probably shortly. I was looking at the map, and I just realized how close North Kinsman is to the shelter. I don't think I'm going to try to go there tonight, but depending how I'm feeling tomorrow, I might try to tag it. So we'll see how we feel when we get up in the morning. So we made it to the Kinsman Pond shelter, and we're in the shelter. So I initially intended to use one of the tent pads, but it's just so windy out still, and it's like quite cold, especially for May. But instead, we're going to hang out in the shelter. I actually stayed in this shelter in 2017 on the Appalachian Trail, and I stayed directly in the same spot I'm staying at tonight. So hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully not some sort of bad omen as to what's to come, but we'll see. We are now fully set up. I got my water filled, all of my sleeping stuff is set up, good to go. And right now we're just relaxing. I'm about to start cooking, but just kind of wanted to chill out and hang for a minute. It was good hiking today. I think it was something around like 3,000 feet of elevation, maybe like 7 miles, maybe. I don't know for sure. And I think we're looking at around between 5 and 6 miles tomorrow. And we've got to go down pretty much all of the elevation that we've gained, but we'll see. Maybe we'll hit North Kinsman. We'll see how that goes.
Next morning, we have made it through the evening. It was quite brisk last night. I think it got down to about 36, 35, 36, according to my little thermometer. And the wind was just ripping all night. I feel like it was going up until about 3 or 4 this morning. Just real strong gusts. Still a little bit of a breeze blowing through now, but today I think is supposed to get up to about 70. And yeah, we're just kind of hanging out for the beginning of the morning. I'm trying to awaken. I think it's like 6 something. I've been up since like 5. I went down to the pond earlier this morning, took a couple shots down there while the light was still low. And yeah, just kind of sipping on a coffee right now. And we'll get moving at some point. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll see.
So we're finally up in Adam this morning. It's already almost 8 o'clock, but I mean, who's counting, right? So I have got to go try and hit North Kinsman real quick. I left most of my sleeping stuff down here in my tent. My food is in the bear locker. And I got my micro spikes with me. Snowshoes I left because I was told by multiple people yesterday it's unnecessary for North Kinsman. So yeah, we're gonna go try to hit that real quick. It'll be about a mile additional to what we were doing and roughly 500-ish feet of elevation up, 500 back down. This is the 4th time I've been up here. The last time was quite interesting, and I'll show you some views while I tell you the story. But the little rock ledge right here that you can stand on, Casey and I were coming over this Appalachian Trail. If you watched the last video, this was the same day as the story I told in my last video. And we wanted to check out the view before we hit the Kinsman Pond shelter, and we came down here and there was some sort of gigantic college kumbaya circle going on, and they saw us, acknowledged us, but they all kind of looked at us like we were quite literally the spawn of Satan and just kind of refused to move. It was one of the most bizarre things I think I've seen up here. in the whites thus far, but yeah, we just kind of stood right next to them and like stared, and they just kind of like, what a weird time, but man, good to be back again. And we made it back down. We're now kicking it back at the pond. I packed up all my stuff that I had left in the shelter, and I'm going to eat real quick. I don't know what I'm going to make, but we're going to eat real quick, and then we'll begin our trek back. So back to the car, I believe, is about 4 miles, maybe 3 or 4 miles from here. But there is a section of trail that I think is about 1.5 miles on the Pemi Trail that I do kind of want to hit, and I'm probably going to do that today. So that's one way, I believe, so it should add another like 2 miles or so onto the trip today, but we'll see what happens when we get down there, how we're feeling, how the weather is. It's very overcast still. I didn't check the forecast, so it could start raining, it could not. I don't know. We'll see where the day takes us. This whole area along the Kinsman Pond Trail so far has just been absolutely beautiful. Like, there's snow melting off, streams, there's some green popping in there, the sun is hitting at just the right angle. Like, it just looks magical, like absolutely magical. Makes the post holing almost bearable. Continuing on. We've come now to the intersection again of the Appalachian Trail, this time the Cascade Brook Trail and the Kinsman Pond Trail. So we're going to stay on the AT for a little bit, and then we're going to get back off it. We've intersected the AT, I think, 3 different locations on this hike so far, but I believe this is the last one. I think we follow it for about 1/2 mile, and then we veer off trail a bit from it. So keep on going. About another 1.5 miles to the car, and then maybe another like 2 miles after that. We'll see. We made it back to the area from where we started at. Very touristy area that I parked in the basin, and I found the connection to the Pemi Trail, and that's what I'm on right now. So I'm following the Pemi Trail for 0.8 miles one way, 0.8 miles back. It connects to the other side of the basin, which is on 93 North, so the other parking lot. At least I think it does. And yeah, that's what we're doing right now. It's literally, even according to the map, it's just a super flat walk right along the river. highway is right next to us, so it's not exactly the most scenic, I suppose, but whatever. We'll get it done. And that right there, folks, about does it. We've reached the intersection of the Pemi Trail and the Cascade Brook Trail, which also is the Appalachian Trail. One more time. I thought about just backtracking the Pemi Trail, but if I continue on to the basin parking lot down here, about 0.2 miles, there's a bike path that I can kind of walk back the whole way, as opposed to just walking back through the route that I just came. And I need to cross the water anyway at some point. So yeah, we're just gonna go out this way. Don't know how much more I'll record, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do a final chat when I get back to the car. All right, this should actually be the last time that I pass the Appalachian Trail on this hike. Remember what I said, the bike path would be a good idea? It wasn't. It's just all hills. Oh, tack it on unnecessary elevation. What?